Hello students, today we start a new chapter number 6, contract in professional practice and valuation subject. So first we start with introduction about the chapter contract. So what is contract? So contract is a undertaking or a agreement by a person or a firm to do any work under a certain term and conditions is known as a contract. So the work may be done for a construction and a maintenance or a repair, for the supply of material for the supply of labor or for the transportation of material. So these are the different work to be done under condition of the contract. Now a contract is an agreement which can be enforced by laws, and in order to make this agreement valid, there must be definite, ordered, and there must be also equally definite and unconditional acceptance of this offer. Now, here one word is given, what is offer. So, offer or proposal, when one person signifies to another his willingness to do or to abstain from the doing anything with a view of obtaining an assent of that or other to such act or absence, he is said to make a proposal or offer. So an offer or a proposal must be made with a view to obtaining the assents of a person to whom it is made, and the simple advertisement or a circular starting these certain goods are for a sale by tender is an offer, and similarly a tender notice invited tenderers is also called a offer. So here in the next chapter we discuss about the tender. So in this tender is a one type of the offer. It's a best example of a offer or a proposal. Now next is acceptance. So when a person to whom the proposal is made signifies his assents, there is no proposal is said to be accepted, and a person when accepted become a promise, and to bind and effective acceptance must be unconditional and absolute, and a conditional acceptance amount to counter offer. So here some of the essential requirement of the valid contract. So here main five essential requirements. So first is the contractor shall be made by parties to competent to contract. Second is the contractor shall be made free consent of the party, and third is there shall be definite proposal and its acceptance. Fourth is the subject matter of an agreement must be legal and definite, and fifth is there must be lawful consideration. So one by one we discuss on it. First is the parties competent to contract. So the person competent to contract provide is age majority according to law to which he is subject, and a person who is not a major according to law can break an agreement, and he is a sound mind, he is not disqualified from contracting by any laws to which he is subject. And the most important thing is that the minor, idiot, and drunken person are uh, drunken person are not considered as a legal impediment to enter into the contract. Now next and second is a free consent of a parties. So two or more person are said to consent when they are agreed upon the same things in a same sense. So consent is said free when it is not caused under influence, it is not caused by fraud, it is not caused by misinterpretation, and it is not caused by mistake, and it is not caused by committing um, by any act forbidden by Indian Penal Code. Now third is definite proposal and its acceptance. So when one person signifies to another his willingness to do anything in a contract, he is said to make a contract. And a communication of the person is complete when it become to the knowledge of the person to whom it is made. And in order to convert the proposal into contract, the acceptance must be absolute and unconditional. And in case of the engineering contract, both the proposal and acceptance are generally expressed and communicated in a writing. And tender notice are generally specified the time limit during which the proposal would remain valid up to and open for acceptance. So these are the important thing for a definite proposal and its acceptance. Fourth is the subject matter uh, must be legal and definite subject matter. So the subject matter with reference to which the parties desire to contract must be lawful, and agreement must be described what is to be done or what material are to be supplied with sufficient clarity and enough detail so as not to leave any doubts as what is wanted. So it's a legal and definite subject matter. Means in this legal and definite subject matter, all the details with material or machinery or labors, all the things are fully described or fully clear or clarify in a particular point. And fifth one is there must be lawful consideration. So in a lawful consideration is a legal sense is defined as an act or promise to do something by one party in return of an act or promise to other party. And it may be consist of paying a definite amount of money. So here uh, different types of the engineering contract is listed below. So first is a item rate contract, second is a percentage rate contract, third one is a lump sum contract, fourth one is a all-in contract or a entire contract, fifth one is a labor contract, sixth one is a material supply contract, seventh is a piecework agreement, eight is a cost plus percentage rate contract, ninth is a cost plus fixed free contract, and 10th is a cost plus sliding or a fluctuating free contract, 11th is a target contract, and 12th is a BOT contract, means build operate transfer contract. So these are the different type of the contract. So one by one we discuss on it. First we take a item rate contract. So in this item rate contract, the contractor quote his rate per unit of each item of the construction, and a bill of quantity is prepared giving as accurate as possible, and the quantity of each item of work to be executed, and the contractor enter the unit rate against the each item of work. And the basis of agreement is thus the unit rate of each item, certain reasonable variation in the quantity being accepted by both the parties. And the rate of the contractor for a unit of item include the material, labor, overhead cost and profit. And this form of contract is very much useful, especially when quality of work but not the exact quantities of item to be executed in a previously known. And most of the public works are carried out under the certain type of the contract. Now we discuss about the advantages of the item rate contract. So here main four advantages. First is the elasticity. So this form of the contract is elastic in nature, and it is possible to make a reasonable variation in a quantities of different item during the progress of the work. Second advantage is economical. So here, as the contractor is paid for the actual work carried out, at the agreed rate, it may be provider economical. And third advantage is the absence of uncertainty. So the contractor is not worried regarding the uncertainties in the uh, pace and specification of work, as his rate is on a unit base. Hence he will not unduly increase his rate for item. And fourth advantage is no delay of work. So the work can be started as soon as the contractor is fixed. It is not necessary to wait until the final plans and specification of the work are ready, and the detail drawing can be prepared after the contractor is awarded. And another advantage is that since the contractor are to write down their individual rate of each item, it is not easy to form a bring during the submission of tender. So these are the different advantages of the item rate contract. And also some of the disadvantages of the contract is that the owner cannot absolute sure from the total cost of the project that would have to incur until the work is completed. In case of the quantity mentioned in the bill are found to be inaccurate, the cost of the work vary considerably from the estimated cost. And if the actual cost is increased, the owner may be put into the financial difficulty, even leading to the suspension of the work. Second is the as the quantity may be increased or decreased, contractor of this nature require careful consideration by an engineer before it is entered into it. And as by wise anticipation or perhaps outside information, a contractor may quote his rate for items that are likely to be required in increased quantity, and low full rate of item likely to be decreased or required in a small quantity. In that case, the department would stand to lose heavily due to unbalanced tender. Now third is both the owner and contractor have to do considerable competition and bookkeeping during the progress of the work. So both the parties are required to appoint the staff to record the measurement of the work done. And fourth is the extra item are often a source of trouble. The contractor invariably prays for higher rates than he would have to tender in the beginning, and in most cases the owner has to meet his demand. Now next type of the contract is a percentage rate contract. So in this form of the contract, the department draw schedule of item according to the district description of the item, sanction in estimated with quantity unit rates, and amount shown therein. This department fix up the item rate of the tender, so it is called a item rate tender. And the contractor are required to offer to carry out the work at per with the rate shown in the bill of quantities, or a percentage above or below the rate indicate the bill of quantities of a tender. The percentage above or below at per tender be contract applicable to all the items. Now here some of the advantages of the uh, percentage rate contract is that, so this type of the contract is convenient as the lowest rate and comparative position among the contract are readily known just the opening the tender. Second is as there is no provision to quote the contractor's owner rate for an individual item, there is no possibility to unbalance the tender. And third one is a comparative statement can be prepared quickly, and there is no possibility for tampering with the rate of contractor in order to be the lowest tender. And fourth one is as a contractor not required to quote their rate for an individual item. The overwriting and erasing rates etc. can be avoided. Thus the tender must be lowest is not liable to reject due to the above causes. So these are the advantages and disadvantages of in this type of the contract. Contractor complete the tender by quote that the percentage rate to write down the quantum of percentage in order to be lowest tender. Contractor mostly depend on guess on quantum percentage of their competitors without analyzing the workable rates of the individual item. Thus uncertain or unworkable rate standard may be lowest one, and the tender can be easily form a ring even up to the time of submission of tender in order to allot the work to a particular contractor at a high rate actual competition. These lead drainage of government money. Now next is next type of the contract is a lump sum contract. So a lump sum contract is the oldest form of the contract and it is still popular in USA. So in the form of the contract, contractors are required to quote fixed sum for execution of a work in all respect according to the drawing and design and specifications supplied to them with the tender within the specified time. A lump sum contract is usually entire contract and as such no payment can be recovered by the contract until whole of the work is completed, and in case of the contractor abandon the work before completion he is not entitled to the payment for the portion of the work already done, however substantial it may be. Now here some of the advantages of the lump sum contract. So the owner know the beforehand exactly what the project will cost him, and second is the detailed measurement of the work done are not required to record except in respect of extra item or omissions. Now since the complete picture of the work from the detailed drawing and also the total cost of the work are known beforehand, excellent planning and efficient management for execution of the work is more convenient, and as no immediate payment is made to the contractor he tries to complete the entire work as quickly as possible to get the early payment resulting in early completion of the work. So these are the advantages of the lump sum contract. Next is disadvantages. So in a dispute can easily arise. So in this disadvantage under such a contract it is essential that the work be accurately and completely shown on a drawing and described in the specification, and that full information as to site conditions should be available, otherwise dispute can be arise. And the second disadvantage is that the contractor may submit a high tender to protect themselves for the uncertainty of the work. Third disadvantage is that difficulty arises in making any immediate payment. Generally a certificate is given by the responsible officer to the effect that by superficial or a general measurement has satisfied himself that the value of the work is not less than the specified amount in a conformity with contract agreement. Although a schedule of rate is provided to the contractor, it is not suitable from the contractor where considerable addition or alteration are accepted. So these are the disadvantages of lump sum contract. Now another type of the contract we discuss in a next lecture. So we here complete our some topics. Thank you.